Hey, what's up YouTube? You're getting a little bit of a different kind of view for these videos because usually I'm pointing my camera like here, and now you're getting, this is where I'm usually sitting where I make my videos. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the first 3 episodes of Bad Batch, probably like a little bit late on the train, but it took me several days to get through the 3 episodes that they dropped because I have the Disney Plus with commercials, and there's just like so many commercials, so it takes like an hour to watch each 30-minute episode because you have to watch so many stupid commercials. And I don't know, I hope these commercials are like tailored. Like I hope there's an algorithm and so they show you certain commercials, because the commercials that I'm seeing are like not directed towards kids. And so that's, like, I hope that these, what is the audience for this show? Like, I don't even know anymore. And I was like sort of pleasantly surprised, but also unpleasantly surprised when it was a 3 episode premiere, because the reason that Disney does this 1 episode or 2 episode drops is usually, will always, because they know that the first episode can't carry itself. Like, they know that the first episode is garbage and it's not going to hold the audience's attention. And so when they drop 3, like, that the first 2 episodes must be garbage. And that was quite the case, in my opinion. Now, sort of in my opinion. So I actually really liked the first episode. I thought it was like very cinematic, very interesting. And I mean, like, so Omega like tamed this sort of dog alien. Did she also Stockholm Syndrome Crosshair? Like, it really makes you question things. And I love how it kind of like showed the ruthlessness of Omega. Like, she literally like headshotted that droid with the electro staff. Like, that was funny to me. And anyway, so the second episode, the only part I liked was like the first 3 minutes where where they showed the syndicate stuff. Like, I liked that, but then the rest of it was just like, felt like filler episode. I didn't care about, the only thing it served to show is that the Empire like literally cannot get good help, because Hemlock has already obviously lost like a whole facility, and in such a way that they even had to abandon cadets. And like, these child slaves cannot, like, I guess like child slaves are just really cheap in Star Wars universe. I don't know, because they just abandoned these cadets. They can't be clones. They're just like regular stormtrooper cadets, which sort of like goes in line with stuff we learned in the prequel books, The Force Awakens. That, if you haven't read those books, I don't recommend them. But like, if you really like Force Awakens, there's a prequel book that goes a little bit deeper into Finn's backstory, and it does involve like child stormtrooper cadets and that sort of thing. So anyway, so the Empire just cannot get good help. But like, that 3rd episode was like, so like, where Palpatine goes to the facility. That was so, I think it was Palpatine that said like, I am the Senate. He really was the Senate. Like, this is like some state humor, I guess, but it's like, you will receive full funding. He was the Senate. But anyway, that's state humor. So I actually really liked I really liked Nala Se. Like, Nala Se is such a funny character to me, because like, there was already like rumors that Omega was Force sensitive, and so, but Nala Se like doesn't care. She doesn't want anybody to know that Omega's Force sensitive, and she's was it her, Tonway, or her and Tonway, or mostly her, that hired all the bounty hunters to try and get Omega, but not like for the Empire, just for herself. I like that she loves her pet clone, so like, she is like, she's a queen. She loves her pet clone so much that there's like nothing she wouldn't do for her little pet clone. Because Omega is really like, just a highly trained pet. Like, it's like her little purse puppy. So Nala Se is a queen to me. Nala Se Black Series figure. Now, even though I'm not gonna lie, like, they did kind of traumatize us. with the dead Tonway, dead naked Tonway. Like, did we really need to see a dead naked Kamino? I don't know, but we did. Anyway, um so I haven't gone back and watched, but did, like, so the big thing about Bad Batch is they're always shooting each other with stun blasts. You know they're stun blasts because, like, their blasts are round. So at the end where they were doing Plan 70, where her and Omega and Crosshair were doing Plan 72, were they not using stun blasts? Were they using was Omega just taking out the troopers? Like, I don't know, but it was pretty cool. And then they stole the ship. But now we're gonna get some exciting things happen, because now Hemlock is gonna have to get more bounty hunters, or maybe even Darth Vader. Maybe we're finally gonna see Boba. And so if we get Darth Vader and we get Boba, like, who is Boba gonna disintegrate? Like, that's what we need to know. Anyway, so the other big takeaway I think from this was, like, what Jedi are they keeping in this top secret facility? Because we know from previous seasons that they have dead Jedi, and so I think that in this facility they must have a live Jedi. And who is the live Jedi? Well, I think here's my guess. My guess is that it has to be Shakti, because there's always been, like, a lot of stuff up in the air about what happened to Shakti. We didn't see her die on camera, so that's who I think that they have live in the tube is Shakti. And we know that they, for some reason, like, when they have, like, the Empire's been known to keep female Jedis in tubes, I guess you'd say. Like, there's a basis for this, because they did it to what was her name? Starts with a U. I can't remember. Like, she was in a book. It was her and Barriss. It's Barriss's master, and they were in a book where Barriss was a Padawan and Anakin was a Padawan, and her and Barriss teamed up with Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they went on, like, the most boring adventure ever. Like, it was literally, I think, like, one of the worst Legends books I've ever read. It was just terrible. But anyway, so that's who I think they have in the tube. But who knows? They could have multiple Jedi in the tube, but I definitely think that's one of them. So but here's the problem with season 3 that I see, like, with the first 2 episodes. Who is this made for? Like, who is this show made for? It's not made for kids. My son is 15. He couldn't even finish the 2nd episode. He thought it was so boring. Like, he was like, there's no Bad Batch stuff in it. Like, it's very boring. And in a way, like, he's not wrong. But I think he would really like the 3rd episode, because there was a lot more action. We love when Star Wars is, like, war and fighting, not so much when it's, like, Vine Sarlacc, you know. Like, it gets kind of tiring when it's all about, like, animals and friendly animal adventures and that sort of thing. So but anyway, like, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna, I'm excited, but I'm also sad, because I know the ride's almost over, and in some ways, everything in the world sort of feels like it's not the end of the world, but it's the end of the world as we know it. And we know that, like, this is sort of like probably the last of Clone Wars. So it just sort of feels like truly the end of an era. And we will get, like, these Star Wars adventures and sort of stuff like that, which will be cool. But, like, you know, like, those of us who are, like, real hardcore Clone Wars fans, like, it really does feel like the end of an era. And so I'm kind of sad. I don't want it to end. I even like the filler stuff. So, but it is what it is. And it's been a fun ride. And I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Will Tech come back? Will, when, not if, but when will Hunter and Wrecker team up with Echo and Rex and whoever else, whoever else is with them, Gregor and such. I think it's going to be great, and we are going to see some really epic battles in Season 3 of Bad Batch, and I do believe we're going to see Vader, and I do believe we're definitely going to see Boba, especially now that, because Omega and Crosshair, like, escaped, you know, pretty quick, pretty fast in the season, so we're going to definitely get some kind of bounty hunter action going on, and that's going to be really cool. So anyway, maybe this week I will be able to get a review out faster. Probably not, because this is going to be like a super busy week. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.